So, my dear learners, welcome back to the new session of Kerala English Academy. Today, we are going to learn a new topic, that is how to convert an interrogative sentence either in present, past, or future into passive voice. So, it is very simple idea how it is converted into passive voice. I would like to give you such a way you have to understand it with the essence, especially we know the structures, that is 10 structures are active voice structures. All these 10 structures, based on it, we are transforming the sentence into passive. Passive has a slight difference. Already we have discussed in the previous sessions, that is an active voice starts with the subject or the doer of the action. But in a passive voice, it will be object of the sentence. Object of the sentence, when we use at the beginning of the sentence, is called, its verb is called as in passive voice. The verb is said to be in passive voice. So let us take first, today this session is only to explain about interrogative sentence, that is questions. How the questions in all the tenses together we will take one by one. I hope that you are able to identify the tenses of the questions or sentences. These sentences tense you have to identify first. If you are able to identify the tenses of the sentence, it will be easy for you to convert the sentence into passive. Next step is to find out the object of the sentence, and next one is the past participle of the main verb. Past participle of the main verb. Let us take one example. First, one example of the simple present interrogatives. Simple present interrogatives, let us take. Simple present interrogative. Simple present. Simple present, when we listen, you remember it is verb 1, first form of the verb. Just V1 is the simple present active voice or tense structure. What will be the pattern of the passive voice? It is very simple, that is, are, or am. Is, are, or am plus third form of the verb. It is equivalent to V1. V1 is equals to is, are, am plus V3. Okay. Let me give you a question here. Question in simple present usually starts with do or does. Do or does. So do you lend him some money? Do you lend him some money? Do you lend me some money? You can ask. Do you lend me some money? Do you lend him some money? This is the question. It's a yes or no question. Just I show the yes or no question. If you know how to convert a yes or no question into passive, it is very simple to convert that into WH question, and WH question passive. Just add the question word before the sentence. Okay. So here do is the helping verb, lend is the V1, lend is the V1, lend V1, lend LENT, and LENT only V2 and V3, both. So here, what is object? There are two objects you can find. One is him. Do you lend him? Whom you lend money? That is him is the answer. This is object. And what do you lend him is some money. Some money is the object. So you can start with here you see, if it is an interrogative sentence, if the question, we should start the sentence with is, are. Based on the number of the subjects given, the object becomes the subject here. So some money, if I take as the object, this object becomes the subject here. Then what is the number of the subject here? Either singular or plural. This is singular subject. Singular subject when it comes here. So I can use from these is some money, is some money, is some money is already used here, and the third form of the verb, third form of the main verb is lend. Lend, third form of the verb is L-E-N-T. Lent. Is some money lent him by which we can add, and what is the subject here? This subject becomes the object there. So lent him by you. Lent him by you. So is some money lent him by you is equals to do you lend him some money? Do you lend him some money? Here there are two objects. If I want, I can start the sentence with him. Him is the object form. Its subject form is he. Is he lent some money by you? Is he lent some money by you? Is also correct. Two ways, because there are two objects. When there are two objects, we will get two answers. Okay? Let me go with this is simple present. If it is a WH question, here question word will be. When if I add here, when if I add here, when do you lend him some money? Question changed. And its answer also here, when do you have to add? When is some money lent him by you? There is no great change. What is the question word? The question word is used at the beginning of the sentence. Okay. Now let me go with this is about simple present interrogatives. Simple present question. Simple past question, let us see. Simple past. Simple past interrogatives. What is the structure? You know already, it is V2. Simple past means verb to, worked, went, took, spoke, etc. These are verb to, second form of the main verb. So what is the structure? It is equals to, already here V1 is equals to is, are and am plus V3. Then what will be the past tense of is, are and am? It is was and were. Was or were plus V3. Were plus V3. Was, were plus V3. It is the structure of passive voice in simple past. So in simple present, this is the structure of passive voice. If it is either question or statement, affirmative sentence or negative sentence, whatever the sentence is, the structure or pattern is same. You have to follow the same structure everywhere. Okay, but only the problem, only the matter is when it is a question, helping verb is used at the beginning of the sentence. If it is negative with the helping verb, you should add not. That you have to remember. So we will take another sentence. Did you do your homework? Did you do your homework is the question. Did you do your homework is a question. How to convert this one into passive? Here did is a helping verb. But in passive pattern, was and were are the helping verbs. So we should try to use in this any one of the helping verb at the beginning of the sentence. So which one is suitable here? Because based on the number of the object, we have to take the helping verb. What is the object here? Did you do your homework? What did you do? Your homework is the object. Your homework we must take here. So if it is the object is your homework, it is singular one. Homework, it is not a countable one, it's a singular, it's considered as a singular one. So we should start the sentence with was. Was the homework, was the homework, or your homework, was the homework. Here do is the main verb. What is the V3 of do? Do, did, done. Do, did, done. Was the homework done by you? Was the homework done by you? This is the passive constructions. Now, here, if you take when, why, how did you do your homework? If I add just a question word here, how did you do your homework? Question change, it becomes a detailed question, informative question. Same how I can use in passive voice at the beginning of the sentence. How was the homework done by you? How was the homework done by you? So see here, what is the difference here? First, we change the sentence into passive of interrogative yes or no question. Interrogative yes or no question transform into passive. And if you want to frame a WH or information question, you just add what is the question word given at the beginning of the sentence. Yes, it is, you have to add with the passive voice too. Okay, this is the method of framing question in simple present and simple past. Now let us check the simple future. Simple future structure. You know what is the simple future structure? Will, shall, and V1. Will, shall, and V1. Simple future. Three simple I would like to tell you first. Simple future structure. Simple future is will or shall. Will or shall plus V1 is the structure of active voice. Active voice is tense structure, that is tense. Simple future. With this will and shall, we just add one be plus third form of the verb V3. Will be or shall be. Generally used auxiliary verb is will be. Will be is commonly used verb. So will be plus V3. Shall be plus V3. Shall is generally used with I and we, that is first persons. First person singular and plural. Okay? Right. Now let us take a question. Will you answer to my question? Will you answer to my question is the sentence. Here the question starts with will. This is the helping verb in the future tense, simple future. We can again start the question with the same will. What is the word used here? The helping verb used the same, because here in both the structures, in active form and the passive form, both the same helping verbs are there. So let us start the sentence with the same will. The next our idea should be, we have to take the object. My question is the object. Will my question. Next one is B is here. So this B, will my question be, answer V3 is answered. SWRED. Answered. Will my question be answered by you? Will my question be answered by you? Will my question be answered by you is the question of passive voice. This is PV and the first one is AV, that is active voice. It is very simple to catch the idea, grasp the idea, because already the helping verbs are there. There is no change of the helping verb at the beginning. Starting, what is the helping verb given? As it is, we are using, that is will. Generally, it is used to will. So there is no confusion at all. Will is used as it is. Okay. And if you want the WH question, what is the method? Already I have explained to previously. So here you have to add when will you answer to my question? How will you answer to my question? The same how and when you can add, or why if you use a same question word is repeated in the second passive constructions too. So there is no difficult word. First, you should understand, you identify the object, and next you convert it into the yes or no question, you convert into passive. The same with passive construction, you must add the question word. What is the question word given? As it is, you have to fix at the beginning of the sentence. You will get the passive question. Okay. Now these three simples you understood. There are three simple tenses. One is simple present, simple past, and simple future. These three simple present, past, and future, how to transform, how to convert into passive. Interrogatives, how to convert into passive. Only interrogatives, what I said. In interrogatives, what we have learned is first, always there will be helping verb. Helping verb is placed at the beginning of the sentence. Starting of the sentence, there will be helping verb. The helping verb in the simple present is or am. In simple past, it will be was and were. In simple future, it is will and shall. Already it is there in the active voice too. There is no more confusion. So this gist of thought you have to keep in mind. Now let me bring your attention towards continuous tenses. Continuous tenses. What are the three continuous you know? Continuous, first one is present continuous. Continuous tenses, that is also called as progressive tenses. Continuous. Continuous questions, continuous interrogatives. Means present continuous. First, if I take a present continuous. Present continuous structure already you know. What is the present continuous structure? Present continuous structure is or am plus v1 ing and object and subject is common. Object subjects are common, so we can omit it temporarily. So it's passive when we change same is or and am plus one b plus ing we should add because it is a continuous tense and ing form is existed in this sentences. So being plus v3 form is used. At the end there will be by plus agent, by plus object. Let me give you one example here. First, is he writing? Is he writing a letter? Is he writing a letter? Is the question. Is he writing a letter? Is a present continuous because is start the sentence with is. Here, the second option is you should find the what is the object in the sentence. A letter is the object in the sentence. Object of the sentence is a letter. So we cannot start the sentence with a letter because it is not a statement. It's a yes or no question. So a letter means it shows singular one. A letter, a given there. A means singular letter. So is the singular one. Here he is singular, so is used. Again, a letter is singular, so you can start the sentence with is. Is a letter. Is a letter. Here ing is there. Whenever ing comes in the sentence, you should add just being. Being is the be form. Being is a letter being. Write is the remaining part of the main verb. Write V3 form is written. Written. Double T-E-N. Written is a letter being written by. Here, he is the subject. This subject will come here as the object. By he becomes him. Is a letter being written by him? Is a letter being written by him? Its past tense, if you want just a word, a helping verb, if we change it, it becomes past. This is changes into was. Then past continuous. Answer in passive also is changes into was. Past continuous. So present continuous to change into past continuous just is changes into was. Are changes into were. Am changes into am becomes was. Am becomes was. Are becomes were. And is becomes was. This is the way of construction. So let us see past. If I take past continuous, past continuous. So the past continuous structure already you know, was were plus was and were, was were plus ing form of the verb plus object is the structure of AV. PV is was and were plus one being you can add here because it is the continuous tenses. In continuous tense, we must add being as the V form. Being plus third form of the verb, V3 plus by object is the construction of PV. So let me guide you because the same sentence, if you want, we can take. Instead of that, we can use another sentence. Was or were they, because they plural, they is plural here. Were they repeating, were they repeating the mistake? Were they repeating the mistake? Were they repeating the mistake? So here, what is the object? The mistake is the object. The mistake we cannot count, we cannot say no mistakes, this is only mistake, so it is a singular one. If it is singular, we cannot start the sentence with the were because it is singular one. For singular one, we can use was is given here. Was and were two are here in the structure. Because were is plural, they is plural. Now the mistake will be the subject in the passive voice. So we have to take the suitable one, that is was. Sentence can start with was the mistake, was the mistake, was the mistake. Here being is given. Being we must place here. Was the mistake being? Was the mistake being? Repeat is the V1. Repeat, what is the V3 of repeated? Repeated, was the mistake being repeated? My and agent is, they becomes them. This is the way of transforming the past continuous or past progressive into passive. I hope you all clearly understood. You grasped the idea. Here, why there is a light problem happen here. You people, sometimes somebody feel why we should not use the same word is given in the active voice. We cannot use because we changed the subject. Here the subject is they were we will use. But here, subject when it is changed, it became the single one, the mistake. The mistake is a single one, so we can use was suitably, not were. Okay. This is the, and if you want WH questions here, question word you add. At the beginning of the sentence, you can add question word. What, which, when, where, why, what kind of a question it is. Based on the question, the same question word, we must start again the passive constructions too. Okay, right. Now, our attention is towards present perfect interrogatives. Present perfect interrogatives. Present perfect, when you listen, suddenly you must remember it is the third form of the verb. Perfect, all the perfect tenses, third form of the verb is used. Present perfect, if I take present perfect, let us see, structure is subject after have or has. Have or has plus V3 is the structure. It is the pattern. So here, have and has, have or has plus been is the B form plus third form of the verb. Just added one been. V3 already it is given. V3 already is there in the structure. So our effort is just to add one been. But here there are two helping verbs. Which one is suitable you have to utilize. You have to use which one is suitable. If it is singular subject, has will be, plural have is used. Okay, we take one example. How have you consulted? Have you consulted consulted a doctor? Have you consulted a doctor? This is the question. Have you consulted a doctor? When we speak about have you consulted a doctor, here consulted is the V3 and whom have you consulted? A doctor is the object. Indirect object. A doctor is the object. So we cannot start the sentence with a doctor. The reason is it's an interrogative sentence. Interrogative, what is the helping verb given at the beginning of the sentence? We must start again with the helping verb suitably. Here there are two helping verbs. Doctor is singular. Here you is considered as plural. You is considered as plural, so have is used. You cannot start again the sentence with have because a doctor is singular. So based on the doctor, you can start the sentence with has. Has a doctor been is the B form, been consulted is already V3. Consulted, has a doctor been consulted by you. So okay, this is present perfect passive construction. For the questions, information questions, the question word is used. When have you consulted a doctor? When has a doctor been consulted by you? Why have you consulted a doctor? Why has a doctor been consulted by you? Etc. Thus it is changed. Okay. Now let us go to past perfect. Past perfect. How to convert past perfect? Past perfect is very simple. That is already has plus V3. There is no confusion of helping verbs. Only single helping verb is given. That is had is used. In passive voice, it is equals to, we can say that had been plus V3. Had been plus V3 is the passive voice. So here, first we will take one sentence. Had, question, interrogative, had he repaired, the fence? Had he repaired the fence? Had he repaired the fence is the question of past perfect. Same again, you can start with undoubtedly you can begin the sentence with had again, because only one single helping verb. Had, what is the object here? The fence is the object. Had the fence repaired, had the fence repaired by him. Had the fence repaired by, had the fence been is the B form. Had the fence been repaired by him? Okay, you understood. In future, if you take the future, future perfect is the final one in interrogatives. Will and shall is at the beginning. Will you have read the novel? Will you have read the novel by next week? By next week? Here, the novel is the object. Will already it is given there. Here, have is there, you just add been. All the perfect tenses we must add been. That is the work. So, question answer will be, will the novel, will the novel be have been, will the novel have been read by you, by you, by next week? By you by next week. Here, will future already will is the helping verb, will is given there. So, will you have read the novel by next week? Will the novel have been read by you by next week? Double by comes at the end because already one by is here. By next week is a period. It is given there. And by you is the before agent. We are using one by. Okay. This is the way of making the questions. So, all the perfect tenses, how to change, how to transform into passive voice, we understood. Interrogatives into passive. All the interrogatives from the simple, continuous, and perfect, all the tenses I have transformed and shown you here. If it is a yes or no question or WH question, both it is possible. It is easy for converting into passive. So now let us see once the total rules and regulations finally. First, the interrogatives I would like to share with you. So you can see the active and passive, the total rules, regulations, everything. Interrogatives. Do does the active voice and its passive given here. Examples also given. All the examples you can see and practice. You please try to copy down everything and also you try to frame of your own sentences. Then it will become very much helpful for you. And moreover, questions beginning with was and were is past simple and past continuous given, and questions beginning with have, has, had, that is perfect tenses. All the perfect together I brought before you. All together I brought before you. All the perfect tenses and all the modal auxiliaries. Modal auxiliaries are will, shall, can, could, may, might, must, used to, ought to, need, dare. These all together given to you. If it is any modal auxiliary is given, you can directly add the be plus v3. Will be, shall be, can be, could be, may be, might be is the usage. That is the way of changing it into passive. So another one more thing I would like to show you here, that is the final one of active and passive. The total structures, everything is given related to the passive. Total everything together given here. Up to now, whatever we have learned, it is given. Oranges are grown in California. That sentence says oranges are grown in California. If the doer of the action is not mentioned, it is not necessary. We use generally passive voice. The first session I revealed all these things. Okay, these total ideas, whatever we have learned is clearly given. All the tenses together given. Passive voice with different tenses given here. You can find it, you can read and understand it. Total structures up to now we have learned is revealed in the chart here. This chart, if you see, you can clearly everything learn. Total with the modal auxiliary is given, AV is given, and PV structure is also mentioned very clearly. So without any problem, I hope that if you continue with these structures, you can meet with your needs your all inconveniences will be cleared. All the difficulties will be cleared in the construction, in the transformation of passive. It's practice every day. Practice is more essential while speaking, writing, as well as some exercise while doing. You take off your own. Okay, with a new topic, we will meet again tomorrow. All the very best for your further learning.